Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday. It's been a long month. I don't know. These shows is like, it seems like it's forever, but it is Tuesday is our Hidden Gym show. And tonight we are excited because you guys that know about both sides of the conversation and how we are so proud to uplift folks in the community that's doing amazing things to impact community and lift community forward. And tonight we got a phenomenal gym tonight. Not only here as a special guest as a Lion of the Year, but a community leader, a great father, a great man who's continued to stay loyal to the soil and make sure folks are uplifted and just moving greatness forward. So getting excited about introducing the Kings Accountability Group tonight. They've been here before. I got my guy Ron G. I see folks tapping in, and it's gonna be a great show. But before we get started, just want to talk a little bit to community and say, hey man, did y'all feel the earthquake yesterday? A little shaker, got everybody a little up and waking everybody up in the morning in San Francisco, and a lot of things is going on. So I don't know if that's the great shake before the great shake, but we've been having some little shakers here. And I know when folks get these earthquakes, they start to get nervous. And I just want to make sure community are doing the things that they do. It's always better to be prepared. Make sure you got your earthquake kit. Make sure you're working with your family to get a plan together. If we do have the big one, where you're going to meet at if we lose all of our power and communication. Make sure you got your flashlight, your batteries for your radio. Check some of those things. I mean, sometimes we leave these emergency kits tucked on the shelf and the batteries wear out and things of that nature. We don't want to get into a real emergency and find out none of this stuff works. So check your flashlights, check your radios. Make sure you go over your earthquake plan with your family, especially if you have young people, elders. If we lose power, where we going to meet at, things of that nature. And just make sure you connect it, because at any given time, some type of disaster could take place. And while we going through this, as we all know, since the start of the New Year's to where we are now, there's so many things going on in the economy, financially in the financial sector. So many folks are being laid off. We just got news Google is laying off another round of folks. These layoffs been going across the globe. People are losing work. The workforce is shrinking with AI, automation. A lot of these new technologies is taking a lot of the jobs out of the work phase. And as we looking to find new ideals and how we connect with AI and move forward, it's going to be a challenge for a lot of folks as we try to pivot. But one thing about great people, we'll pivot, we'll find a way. But that is a struggle that is real now. Folks are dealing with, and we're trying to just stay connected as best as possible and trying to figure out how we can get those resources out to the community. Make sure y'all check out our platforms. Our newsletter information is going out. There's a number of opportunities for AI training that is coming up. Different organizations are doing AI training, trying to get folks pushed into the future. And we want to be a part of that and make sure that information gets to the folks, and we connect y'all with those organizations and with the folks who are teaching and educating in those realms as this AI is taking over faster. This cryptocurrency is here. So we're going to be doing some literacy workshops coming up soon with community about how to start transitioning as the paper dollar is going away and we're going more into the digital format with this new currency, and just making sure that our community is aware and are adjusting and getting prepared for the great shift that is taking place currently. And I know a lot of our elders are stuck to the old way of banking and how things go, but we got to be prepared. Also, we're just looking at all of the ways that we can help better the community with information and how we can stay connected. So folks from different community organizations that have resources, somebody reached out to me, I didn't know how to get my information to you. If you guys have events coming up, different things, please make sure you tap in, send it to info@BSOTC or send it to our admin, and we'll make sure that we help get that information out. We're sending out those weekly community updates with the job information. Anytime we hear about job openings, we're pushing that out to the community. Check our social media handles. I know we just pushed out the one for the electricity union. If y'all don't know, the trades is happening. The reversing time is coming. Trades is back in line in this country. A lot of the blue collar workers and a lot of the white collar jobs are being impacted by AI. And it seems like right now, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, all of the trade works is growing across this country as more of these AI databases are being built. The need for construction, I think they said it's 200 and something thousand per state short of manpower when it comes to electricians, plumbers, HVAC, and things of that nature. So we want to encourage our young people. We want to celebrate them just like we celebrate the young people who go to college, that it is okay to go be a tradesman. I'm looking at some of the numbers right now, and they're saying some of the trades is making anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 a year. So we definitely want to encourage our young men in the community to get sponsored, get trained, get into the unions, and go out there and do the best you can do. Also, we're still looking for guests for our Educational Thursday. Again, in these times, in these changes, we are looking for these educational presentations. So if that is you out there and you have an educational presentation, you want to connect with community, let's do it. Come on and let's bring your presentation and present it to the community. And, with all that's going on around the world, around the globe, around the community, we're definitely going to be trying to push to get some of our Sunday conversations going on, because there's a lot of conversations needed. Folks reaching out to me, John, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. And it's real. And in this time of war and the things that's going on across the country, we just want to honor and salute all the servicemen and women out there who put their lives on the line. So many of these young people are not even just really grasp of what's going on. And as we move closer in the weeks going through, we hear more and more troops on the ground. And, there's a lot of families out there that are nervous, a lot of family members who are worried about their loved ones. And we want to continue to uplift our men and women in service and just let them know that we are here. We are supporting them. We will always uplift them, as well as our veterans here at both sides of the conversation. Also, so many birthdays and people been calling me. A lot of folks celebrating their birthday. We're going into this next month. I don't know. Tonight I was like, hey, are we having it? Is they showing up? The Kings is here. I don't know. It's April Fool's tomorrow. I didn't know if I was getting fooled, but the Great Ones is here, and I'm ready to get started. I don't know about y'all. I want to jump into it. I don't want to hold up too much time. But with that being said, community, tonight's hit gem, it is the Kings Accountability Group, and I'm ready to bring them up. And I'm excited because, man, I get excited because when we talk about brothers and we talk about Black men in the communities, bonding, building each other up, this group is doing it. And they have some phenomenal folks. So with that being said, without further ado, first I'm going to bring up the brother Victor Johnson. I'm going to bring him to the stage. Brother Victor, welcome to both sides of the conversation. King, you here?
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
What's going on with you, brother?
John Henry, man, the voice of the people, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, man, you already know what's going on with you, King.
I'm good, man. Feeling good, feeling vibrant. I'm happy to be here on this platform. I see y'all still kicking it and just making an impact in the community, man. So we're thankful to have you bring us Kings Accountability Group on.
Come on, man. That's what's up, man. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up Ron. Before we get to the line of the year, I want y'all just to come reiterate to the community, who Kings is and what y'all do. And that's real big for the community to understand. A lot of impact happening. So without further ado, the man of the hour, this is my guy here, Brother Ron G. Welcome to Both Sides.
You already know, man. What's up with the king himself, man? Appreciate you, man, for what you're doing for the community, bro. You are a man amongst men, brother. We appreciate you. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your time, bro, because time is precious. And for you to give us some of your time, that's incredible. I'm ready to get after it, man. I appreciate you. And the back end support you got with my girl back there. She make it happen.
Come on, man. Hey, Ron, without the work you all do, I mean, look how much farther some of these communities. I was working with a young brother, and he told me he was doing some work with y'all out in Richmond. So, at the end of the day, the work is happening. That's all that needs to be spoken to, right?
Yeah, man. I can't do nothing but give all praise to the one God, and that's the most important thing about it is we get to do this kind of work, and we get to do it with love, with pride, with just the fact that it's something that gives us so much comfort to help people. I literally just left the city of San Pablo doing a presentation for some more grant work, just so that we can continue doing this kind of work, man. But without people like you giving us a platform to show the value of, first of all, the parent organization, which is Kings Accountability, which made room for Prince to Kings, which produces, what we have here in Cali and in our new cohort in Dallas. Without people like you giving us an opportunity to spread our wings and to show the greatness of what happened in the grassroots of California, right? Bayview, Hunters Point, Fillmore, Lakeview, and so on and forth, Sunnydale, and so on and so forth. all of us come from that. Vic come from that. And now we get to spread that love across the world, man. So, man, Vic, what you think about what we got going, brother?
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. Just to, again, to be able to hit the community up, to come back to our neighborhoods where we've grown up. I'm originally from the Bayview area and then lived in Richmond. And so to see it full circle, to see what Ron and the coaches out there are doing for the young men 30-some years later, it's like, man, it's just a blessing to be in that situation. And we know we're genuine. So to be able to do it that way, and again, we're grateful to have a platform like this where you got tons and thousands of, probably 1 million people listening to you, man. So being able to spread the word and get it out there is just, we're just really thankful that we have Kings Accountability Group. We got guys all over the country now that are doing things in their own community. So it's beyond Cali, it's beyond Dallas, it's guys in Jacksonville, it's guys in North Carolina and all over the place, man. So we're just really thankful to be in this position.
Yeah, it's a global impact. We got some brothers in London, a couple brothers in Africa. So, it's like I said, you can only do these kind of things when God is doing for you what you can't do for yourself. And we are truly examples of what God has been doing for us, what we couldn't possibly do for ourselves. The amount of the footprint that we have right now, again, that's nothing but God, man. And it's just an incredible blessing to have you on our squad, to know that you've helped out with everything we've done, man. We just need you in the meetings more often. I ain't gonna forget, bro. I'm gonna bring it up every time I see you.
Man, I don't know. I felt the strays coming. I felt the strays coming. I've been trying to do. Terrell just gave me a beat the other day. And it's like I get to the third meeting and I just can't get past the third meeting. Something always come up, but I'm there. Y'all know, I'm a king at heart. I'm there.
Sir. We still got you.
It's a strenuous process, and that's why not only is it important that we come here and highlight the Lion of the Year, but before we bring them up, I just want you guys to kind of give a little breakdown that process to the people, because like you said, it's not just acknowledging people, it's some depth to it. It's folks all across the country, the world, who's a part of the process and the whole thing about accountability and brothers holding brothers up, the sacredcy, having space. We talk so much around about how Black men, especially, we don't have enough talking groups. We don't have enough safe spaces. And what you all have been able to do with King's Accountability Group to make folks not only feel safe, but have that brotherhood to continue to uplift and push brothers forward. Power.
Well, Ron, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump in with this part, right? So King's
absolutely.
Accountability Group originally started back in about 2018. It was 4 guys, pretty much. It was Carl Phillips, you had Dr. Joe Cannon, Terrell Muhammad, and a brother named Mark, who just came together, man. They were part of Eric Thomas's group, Breathe University. And basically what happened was it was a call that we would jump on Zoom on Sundays, just a handful of guys on Sunday evenings that would say, hey, look, man, what was something that you did this week that you're really proud of yourself? And then what's something in the upcoming week that you want to be held accountable for? And back then, it might be a guy on there, like I seen T-Top on there, Terrence Hansard. So he might say, look, man, Vic, I know you said you want to do 50 push-ups a day. FaceTime me when you're about to get down there and do your push-ups. I'm going to hold you accountable to it. King's Accountability Group. So fast forward, here we are now, 65 plus members, again, across the globe. And what we do is we have a general call on Sundays where we meet up at 9:30 Central Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific, and guys jump on the call. And we've really grown at this point now. We've got all types of different things going on, but at around the halfway point, we will have our Lion of the Week committee has selected somebody out of the group, not in competition with any other brothers. This is not about, oh, I'm better than him, I'm bigger than him, I'm making more money than him. It's about guys that have said, I want to take a step forward in my life. And we're watching them, how they challenge themselves to be a better person. And then on Sunday, we highlight them and say, hey, man, that's the Lion of the Week. And the committee has evolved that into the Lion of the Week for the last 4 weeks. Now for Lion of the Quarter for the first 3 quarters. So you got 12 guys now that's kind of being looked at. Who's going to be the Lion of the Quarter? And then the guy you're going to bring up shortly has been named the Lion of the Year for 2025. Yeah. I'm Lion of the Year 24, and you got Ron G, Lion of the Year 2023. You hold some gold up in here, John Henry.
It's priceless. You know, the price of gold is very high right now. Yeah. The cost of oil is very high right now. The commodities is high. So I'm honored to have all these more powerful kings up here today. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm flooding overflow tonight. Community, we're blessed tonight. We got gold in the building. We got overflowing 100%. Oil. When the oil was cut off across the world, we got it flowing here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is big, Jay.
Man. It's a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing. And we just building each other up, man. And you just see the transformation. And the guys on the call sometimes, man, it's a safe space. So you got guys sharing really intimate things that sometimes they won't even share with their spouses or with their coworkers, but it's a safe space where we really want to build guys up, personal development, professional development, and spiritual development. So Ron, anything you will add to that, my brother?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's a prestigious award that we celebrate within our circle of trust is what we call it. You know, the entire organization that we have. We do this for various reasons because one, we're not in competition with nobody. You know what I mean? Our goal is to make sure that we uplift every single member. You know, we from the standpoint of when you first get in the organization, you got to be sponsored in, right? So automatically somebody thinks something special of you. You got to be sponsored in. And then not just that, once you get sponsored in, you know, this is work. We do the work because we want to see others learn what work looks like. You know what I mean? The only way you can get better is if you know what getting better looks like. You know what I mean? And the way that we've been able to do that, man, is just to celebrate brothers like Larry. Like, it was an honor to vote for this dude, man, and to see him. We went to high school together. We got history together, but to see him unfold and become the person that he is today. Oh, come on. Now, I mean, without further ado, go ahead and do what you do best and bring this brother on, because what he's done for the community, and now he has a squad with him. Oh, it's we about to change the world, man. I mean, it's that type of like vibe with what we got going, but now it's just taking off, man. To have a brother like Larry on our squad, along with everybody else who's bringing what we do together, oh, it's on.
Hey, Ron, and all I could do is just vouch for it. You know, like the song say, I'm a movement by myself, but with the group, I can do better. Man, that defines absolutely. That brother Larry right there. And we're gonna go ahead and bring up this line of the year because, you know, he ain't lost for no words. He ain't shy. And I think the community who don't know him, need to know this brother because he got a powerful story. And, you know, his testimony has always been about his truth and his testimony. And I've always told Larry, man, it's so powerful, not only in this group, other groups, other Zooms, other meetings I've been in there, and to hear the passion and to hear the testimony about what he's been through over the years and to still be standing. It could go anywhere in the city, anywhere. Come on, man. Anywhere. It's an honor, man. So without further ado, community, let's go up here and bring up Larry C. Jones, the Lion of the Year. Let's go.
You can't forget the one, the only. You can't forget the Junior.
Come on, man. Junior. We
the
already
Larry C. Jones Junior.
Nothing but the Junior. Let's go.
It's all good, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's an honor to be with my kings up here. And I gotta hold down. We do mantras, right? So I'm gonna hold it down and let you know right now. I'm official. I'm efficient. I'm consistent. I'm wholesome. I'm experienced. I'm tested. I'm the CAG Lion of the Year. I am Larry C. Jones Jr. So that's what we do. And I don't know if I'm gonna let these brothers run through a quick version of their mantras. We got to represent the right way. So I'm gonna pass it back down to Ron. Give him a piece of your mantra, sir, and then we can go to Vic, and then we can roll. We got a whole protocol, John.
I'm authentic with all pure actions in all of my affairs. I am righteously and abundantly rich. I'm a world builder and a wealthy giver with divine principles that are unbreakable. Let's rock. Pick you up.
Word. I'm going to do a condensed version of it, but I'm grateful for who I am and what I have now. I use my voice, gifts, and energy to inspire and influence others. I bless others daily. I am present for my wife, my kids, my grandkids, and my family, and I am worthy, valuable, and deserving of the best that life has to offer.
Come on.
And since this is Hidden Gems, I'm going to give you my original mantra. My execution is the centerpiece to my ascension. I'm honorable, I'm inspiring, and I'm motivated to be the best version of myself daily. I am him. No mistakes allowed. So I gave you a little sauce on that, John. That's so in our
I
mantras.
see you spitting it.
We come in, yeah, because we say these mantras 10 to 20 times a day until we perfect it, because the mantra speaks on how we live. That's a CAG thing. Like your mantra, I don't even have to see you. If I know your mantra, I know how you're rolling. Like on the block, we like to say, yo, get down. Your mantra is your get down, and we hold you to that 100%. And if you fall off that, we're going to build you back up. We laugh with you, not at you. That's what we teach our kids in P2K, John.
Yeah, that's
Man,
dope.
phenomenal.
But so well said.
Man, the mantras that got me all worked up. I'm ready to spit out my mantra, but I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna give him something. I'm gonna give him something. But Larry, you being here, I mean, I just want to give the community a brief bio where you come from, what you've been through, because I just think that's a part of you. And I know some of the folks that's watching in here already kind of know, but I think it's important because it's too many times we don't hear the story. We see the person, but we don't know the struggle. We don't know the perseverance that a person had to go to keep going. And it's not always great in this work, and everybody up here know it's ups and downs, man. We go through stuff. Sometimes we feel like the best king and sometimes our head is down. But again, when you have community, you have brothers lifting you up. I mean, it's so important. But Larry, you always light a fire to me because no matter where we go, when we talk about all the key areas that impact Black men, you always hit on them, especially when we talk about mental health, when we talk about growth, when we talk about accountability, when we talk about life, when we talk about legacy and family. Man, you always on that, brother. So go ahead and give the community a little bio who you are and what's going on with you, brother.
Well, a bio about me is I stand firm for the people in the city, of course. But we all know I carry my backpack to Sunnydale Public Housing Community. That's my bread, that's my butter. That's where I lay my stones at, and that's where I do the majority of the work that I was blessed to be able to do to put back in my community. But expanding through the Bayview and the Western Addition is where the work carries you when you do successful, good work. But like you said, John, it's not always easy. I've been carrying this one leg around for 36 years with no excuses. No Social Security checks. I've never even applied for it. I don't understand that life. I don't understand that thinking. And like when I shot myself when I was young, a lot of people wrote me off. I kind of wrote myself off. I remember telling my mom I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't like people to look at me. But overcoming that mentally and then becoming a better version of myself, not even knowing what that was challenging in its own right. Like, how do you become somebody popular having to deal with a setback like that and still refurbish yourself and rebuild yourself back up to become even better than what you was before you lost it? And then you carry it and people see you doing things. They don't see the crying. They don't see the pain. They don't see the suffering of these meetings where we get rebuked and refuted and we get lied to for the community. And they promise us grants and they take the money back. And then we got to go back to the people we made promises to and tell them it's not going to happen after we all but assured them it was going to happen. And they don't understand that. And the names we get called when they don't get their way, we have to deal with all that. So we got to take that home. And there's something called vicarious trauma that I like to talk to people about. And vicarious trauma is when you take in plight and trauma from people that you deal with every day. And our community is impacted by that. And we don't even know it because no one tells us these things. But when our friends die and our uncles die, and I've lost 12 best friends, when all that kind of stuff happens to you, and I see your pain, we bring that home. We go to funerals. We go home with that untreated, uncounseled. How do we process that? How do we go forward and be successful in society when I've lost 5 best friends within a year and you expect me to still get up and be productive without no fallback or no support? And so with that being said, I came up with something the other day. I was talking to Ron. We on a 5 a.m. wake your game up call. We meet at 5 o'clock every morning to check each other's day out and get started with different realms of life we talk about. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of vicarious trauma. I created vicarious happiness. And I'm going to roll on that from here on out. Vicarious happiness is the same way we deal with the plight and the trauma. It's okay to be happy in the Black community. We're not going to be sad and be looked at weird because we're happy out here. It's okay to be happy. They look at us funny when we're smiling, like we're supposed to mug all the time. And that's part of the depression that they keep us boxed in. That's why in my mantra, I say I refuse to be boxed in. I'm not going to be what your stigma says Sunnydale dudes are supposed to be. I'm not on parole. I've never been to prison. Yeah, they wanted me there, but I didn't make it there. I chose another path while still maintaining status quo. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it on any level. Successful level, mayoral level, political level, business executive level, philanthropist level, or back in the neighborhood. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. So my story is more action than words because so many people watch us, John, and they wait for us to fall. And so they're so quick to want to write up the negatives, but they won't talk about the successes. When guys tell my son about what I used to do and what I was and how I did this and that, I say, don't forget to tell them where I'm at now and what I'm doing. Because if you don't share both sides of the street, you're being kind of biased to my life, and I don't think you're being a good friend. You know, if you hit on my losses but don't talk about my wins, where's your focus? And so that's what I'll be about. I don't care what you say to me. I look at your actions, and that's what we do in CAG. We want to see production. We want to see what you do. We don't want to hear about it, because when you talk about it, you're spending too much time on yourself. And I got to shout out Derek Seymour, John Brown, and Terrence Hansford. Those are the other three line of the quarters that I beat out. They are great men. And when I was amongst them men, I'm like, how do I win this award when all three of these men poured into me? Everybody I went up against gave me something in my CAG journey that helped build me up. And so I felt kind of bad that I had to be products of their help to get to that ascension level where now I'm trumping the award. And so, you know, I took it with a grain of salt, but it felt good to win that thing because you put in the work. And sometimes, John, you want to get that feel good sometimes. We don't really get that. We don't get to celebrate things. And I got a crown, but I left my crown tucked in the cut. But I got a crown with mine. You know, I'll go extra.
Man, that's so powerful. And I mean, I'm glad right there is a good point to jump in, because Larry, you know, and the brothers on here know, doing this work, right? You know, we do this selflessly. We do this because we love our community. We love our young people. We love the work we do. And it is so hard for us to be awarded and be acknowledged, right? But it's like, how do we change that? Because it's like, doing this work, Larry, we got to be honest. People in our community want validation, man. You know, a lot of times we don't want to talk about it, but people want to be recognized. I see it, right? And then when you call it out and call a spade, they like, oh, no, that's not what I want. But really, we want that recognition. And that's why not only this Hidden Gem show, not only like what I've always tried to do was uplift people, because it's so easy to be like, I don't want no knowledge. I don't want no credit. But internally, we do. We see how people move. We see what social media has done. People want that recognition. And I think it's so important that we bring that to the forefront of the work to make it's okay, right? How do we make this okay? It's okay to be acknowledged. You did something great. You're doing great. We have to make that okay in our community, because so many people has given up their time from their family, their personal lives to do this work. And sometimes in doing all the great things, like Larry said, all you're going to hear is the negative things. People going to kick you when you're down. You know what I'm saying? People ain't going to remember all the great things you did. They're going to kick you when you're down. And it's happening every day. Yeah. So how do we say, no, this is a great moment? How do we mentally manifest ourselves to catch the time? Because we talk about history. It was just Women's History Month this month. This is the last day of it. Yeah. Every day we did our job to acknowledge and uplift Black women, women of all color in the moment of history. So I want to create this history. I want right now, this is creating that history. We don't have to wait to Black History Month. Larry Jones Jr. is here tonight, and we're able to give him his flowers and create this history right now. And I think that's what we need to do moving forward, because it uplifts the people. We got a lot of people in our community that is down right now, and they need some pouring into, some validation, some uplifting, if we really go truly move the people forward.
Yeah. Let me say this before I pass it to the other kings. I just want to let you know what CAG has done for me. I came into CAG in my neighborhood. I'm the man. And when I came into CAG, I've never been around Black men that's positive and successful and want you to do better and will do whatever they got to do to help you get there without no backdoor things or no what we like to call hidden agendas behind their help. You know, it's no funny business. So what they did was they took Mag 10 and they flipped him over and said, look, let's rebuild this dude. And they didn't hold nothing back. They let me cry. They let me go through my pains. They let me successfully talk about my gains. But then they also identified some flaws I had. And that's why my execution is the first piece of my mantra. I got the work done, but the execution part wasn't there. But in CAG, I learned discipline. In CAG, I learned accountability. In CAG, I learned that it ain't just your word as your bond, but your actions cement who you are and your legacy. And what did I want my legacy to be? I never thought about that. But I got triplet grandkids that's going to follow me. And I want them to know who their grandfather is, was, and used to be, and how I got down. So CAG built me up in terms of pumping back into me what I had been giving to everybody else. It's hard to give yourself what you give other people. is for some reason, John, when we do the work, we can't look in the mirror and do it to ourselves. I don't know why that work. My mama always say, do what you do for everybody else. It ain't that easy, Mama. I don't know how. But in CAG, I had a vessel of over 50 to 60 brothers that I was spoiled to be able to call and contact and not just get help, but get follow-up, positive reinforcement, course correction. But at the end of the day, before I passed it to Ron, I had to be open to the course correction and had to put all my ego to the side. So to answer your question, John, the way we can go forward in the community, all these egos got to sit down, and the grown men got to stop trying to be kids. And we got to stop letting the kids think they're grown men by validating insecure behavior and giving them props when they should be getting talked to. And don't be scared to talk to the youth, John. We always say that. Walk through that mean mug and say hi. I don't care if they don't say nothing back. Just speak to them. And you'll be surprised what come up out of that shell when you crack it. You don't know what's inside of the peanut till you bust it open. And that's how I deal with the young people. But Ron, I'm going to swing it to you, Kings. And I appreciate you, John. Ron, go on and take that from here, King, sir.
Yeah. I first of all, and I just got to tell you how much I appreciate this brother. I mean, he came in and he did work. He did work without due. He won that award. He won that award from start to finish. You know, transparency is something that we really want all of us to talk to have. And we do it because we want people to feel like you in a room that you in a comfort zone. We call it our trust circle, our circle of trust, because we want you to feel comfortable where you can express your mental health needs. You can get off your chest and know for a fact that we all go through some stuff. If it wasn't for CAG, I'd probably be somewhere doing some worse stuff, man. The streets done had a hold of me for a long time. And if it wasn't for CAG, I probably would still be in the point and on third or in the mission somewhere doing something that I probably shouldn't be doing. But thank God that I was able to come and find some people that gave me an opportunity to grow and to get course corrected. Like we get course corrected. And it helps you to understand that your ego can never be bigger than the goal, right? And our course correction process is something that we all three of us been course corrected. And all three of us are examples of what course correction can do for your life, right? Like what we were able to demonstrate in this role, man. And I'm just so proud to tell this man that I'm excited to have him as our new community affairs director, right? Like what other person could you possibly imagine? That was my role. And this dude just walked into it and he finna slam it's like, man, when I had the opportunity and Tyrell asked me, what do you think who should be next? I'm like, who else? He already here. You know what I mean? But this King's Accountability thing, y'all, is something special. We got a couple of our youth on the call right now from P2K. Shout out to Young Blaze and, you know, a couple other kids on here. But, you know, Larry make this whole Prince to Kings movement move even harder. Shout out to Coach Top, Coach Rich, you know, all of the P2K coaches, Derek, Dana, Warren, everybody. But, you know, Vic, everything we do, it all stems from this King's Accountability posture, right? And the expectations are extremely high, right? The things we do, we don't just do them because we want ourselves to be great. We want self and kind to be great, 100%. And that's the only way that we roll. Vic, what you think about that, bro?
Nah, spot on, man. I think I want to definitely mention Larry C. Jones Jr., man, because he's come into King's Accountability Group. He brought a different energy. You know, most of y'all that's probably watching and know Larry C. Jones Jr. from the MAC-10 guy. And we still got him in there. Right. But the Larry C. Jones Jr. that we got it's like a more refined version of him because he's taken the relationships that he has, the energy that he has, and he's already added value to our community. He's added value to our group by being able to, hey, let me plug in with this person right here and see if they can solve this issue we've been having for months. And use that relationship, his influence, his ability to communicate, his energy just is so pronounced. And so he's come into the group. He's been vulnerable, which is what we feel. And guys listening to this, man, vulnerability is a strength. Don't shy away from that. Don't feel like, oh, I can't let nobody know how I'm feeling. This, man, that's an old way of thinking, man. And it's going to take you down. It's going to give you health issues. But Larry's brought that vulnerability. And by doing that, it's opened the door for other guys to say, you know what? I can shed that thing that's been holding me down since I was a teenager, since I was a kid, and now I feel free. And so we just appreciate Larry C. Jones Jr. for doing that. And I'll say for me personally, what's changed me with this group is that I came in, I was already a successful guy doing things, but it's all about me. Yeah, Vic, I'm doing this. Look at me. And I kind of was putting God off to the side. I wasn't giving credit to other guys who was building me up. And now I feel so free because I can say, man, it's these guys in this community that I'm seeing their changes from a week-to-week basis, and it's helping me be a better man. And so I just really want to highlight that because Larry's strength to be able to be vulnerable, one of the toughest guys in the street, to come in and be able to share like that with us has really helped a lot of men break through some things, some of those chains that's been holding them down.
Hey, Jay, can I share one story with you real quick? And it's just to emphasize what kind of brother this is. So we had a young sister come into P2K, one of our coach's granddaughters. And, you know, I brought her in, she clicked with me, but she had some incredible trauma and she never met Larry before. And he started to speak and that infectious personality took over. Well, that young lady now is now in the military doing special things, right? And that's because of this type of personality that he has. And not only that, bro, but the way that he's been able to put the glue and put the pieces together with brothers who don't understand that they part of this, right? And they're not even, they in CAG, but they sometimes drift off. We got people who drift off, you know what I mean? And they tend to hide. He has a way of finding them and bringing them back. And you know what I mean? Even if they way in London, right? Like real talk. I'm just saying that this type of brother was, I like to tell you that they heaven sent, but to hear his mama, when I had a chance to sneak her on the call, he was shocked. But to see his mama and see this dude who I know break down in tears from like, that's my mama. He said, Ron. And he broke in tears. And to see that, I said, man, Ty, we did that. That's what you have in front of you right now. Yeah. That's what you have. The world haven't seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning, baby.
Hey, John, real quick. I just want to tell Ron, we got to shout out Coach Tommy and Coach Tito as well on the P2K love. When you surround yourself with like-minded cats with the same vision, the power of the black man is impeccable. Like the mountains you can move together as opposed to being apart. That's why they're so focused on separating us and keeping us isolated, because by ourselves, we're harmless to a fault, but together, they're scared of us as a people. Our knowledge and our strength and our perseverance, the way it hits hard together as one unit, as opposed to 5 fingers as opposed to a fist. And that's what CAG is. CAG is a mighty fist. And at first, my family didn't understand it. Shout out to my big sister, Carla. They didn't understand it at first, man. When I started talking, they just kept saying, man, you acting weird. And I used to be like, no, and I'm course correcting. I'm telling them I don't do this. I don't do that. I got to do this. And they're like, what? And they making jokes about me. But after a while, they start saying, hey, like, I want to know a little bit more about that, because they see it wasn't going nowhere because I'm bought in. And one thing I want to stress right now is the buy-in part. Like when I come from Sunnydale, it's life or death out there. You can't be playing with people's lives. You can't be playing with people's families. You can't play with gift cards, groceries, little things like turkey giveaways and backpack giveaways. That's big things going on. You can't play with people. And so I take everything with that same vigor when I'm out there. I don't play. When I get in P2K, I'm not playing with these kids. When I ingratiate them, I love them. I'm not going to let them down. I know what it felt like to not have a man in my life that I could trust. I remember hating black men. So I don't want no kids to look at us like that. They won't look at us like that because we're not going to let it happen. So I just think when the community rally around the things that's fruitful, stop living for the likes, stop worrying about what people think about you, stop chasing every fad that come across your lap, and start honing in on who you are. Right now, I'm going back to school. I'm getting my sociology degree, and I'm going to get a master's in psychology. That all was driven. It's been inside me. But I didn't have the mechanism to bring it out of me because it wasn't nothing around me to enhance me to be better on that level. I love my friends. I love my guys. They was a big part of building me up. And that's why I'm tough. But right now, tough just don't get it. You got to be tough and strategic. You got to move with precision, and you got to know where you're going. I got a whiteboard behind me. Never thought I had no whiteboard in my house. And that's where all my thoughts go. And I erase it every week because I got new stuff going on. What's happening this week? What's popping this week? I can't stay focused on the same thing because you'll be stagnant. And that's a stigma that'll inflict your soul. It's like an infection. I think in the neighborhood, we need for the right leaders to come together and stop cutting each other out because they can control us with funding right now. When we start doing things on our own, back in the day, they didn't care about, they weren't funded back in the day. They did everything out of love and whatever they had scrapped around to make it work. So we so caught up with the check, cut the check. We forget about the work. The work is free. It only takes want to, know how, and what we call discipline and consistency. If you show up, the people are going to come back. But if you do the wrong thing, they're going to run away from you, and it's going to affect everybody around you. So I love CAG, man. I love everything we stand for. Shout out to T. Muhammad, CB, Dr. Joe Cannon, you know, the guys who founded this organization, because I brought in Paul, John Henry, you know Paul, that do the events out of the Rock. Paul, I brought Paul in because you got to get brought in. Like T brought me in, I sponsor Paul. You know Paul is amazing. And Paul is in here, man, and now they know who Paul is. But it took me a while to get Paul in. I had to make sure he was ready. But when I brought in Paul and I said his name, you smile, John. You know he's a star, right? I love him. And so that's what CAG is about. Reach one, each one, teach one, bring in the right people and keep the tree growing festive. So if I miss anything, Kings, y'all bring that in behind me. But that's where I'm at, JH, with it right now.
Hey, I'm just going to say, man, that's where it's at, man. I mean, tonight, I think this need to be heard, you know, just to hear you guys talk about the transition and passing the torch. Larry, you've been on a couple of these shows. You know, I've always talked about one of the issues in the Black community is we don't pass the torch fast enough. We die with all of the knowledge. We die with all of the information. We're not willing to step to the side to let the young people move the community forward. And it hurts us because it takes years to get that knowledge, to get that network. And that's where other communities is outpacing us because they're teaching their kids young how to be a part of the community organizations, how to be a part of the community groups, how to get involved on the political scene, you know, how to get on those commission seats, how to do those things that's, you know, change makers. And we don't have enough of that in our community. So just to hear, you know, the importance of, you know, Ron passing the torch for you to take the lead to do community engagement and things of that nature is important because that's what it all, we can hold things too long, right? You got to give new vision, new ideals. But when you get the torch, be willing to move forward and move the community forward. And I think that's just where we at. But you've been an instrumental person in the community of just leading us and showing us how to move forward. You get what I'm saying? And what you said about action is so powerful because so many times we have all these people that can make great sermons, great prophetic speeches and all enlightening and motivation, but there's no action behind it, right? Larry talked about health and wealth. That was big to you. I remember coming to a group, you showing all the brothers, I'm going to show you how to eat healthy. You started juicing and I'm like, Larry, waking people up at 5 o'clock in the morning, like, look, this is what I'm right. But again, that's leadership, right? And it's about the action, showing people how to do it. So many times in our community, people are tired of being talked down to. It's like, show me then. It's easy to be like, hey, y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do this. No, Larry said, hey, you want to get your health right? You want to lose weight? Do this. And he was committed to it, right? We had the emails and text messages going out every morning. Man, brothers just acknowledging and uplifting each other. We as Black men in the community, we as brothers who are trying to move us forward, we need more of this. And this is why the King Accountability Group is so important. We need more of this. Because you're right, the young man in the community need to see other Black men embracing each other. It's sad when we see what's going on and you see the big homie, the OG, doing like you said, playing around with these youngsters. It's a shame. It's a disgrace, man. And it's like, how do we keep this next generation of young brothers believing that the Black man of the community is there in a positive manner and stepping forward? Nobody's perfect. We're not saying, oh, it's perfection, but how do we course correct and keep the positivity? Because the young brothers is waking up, all they listen to is Lil Baby. They listen to this. They got 98% of negative thoughts when they start the day off. That 10%, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to get these princes to kings. We're trying to get the mind to shift. We don't change people. I tell people all the time. They see the work. Oh, you at juvenile hall. I don't change nobody. All we try to do is plant a seed, give them some information that they don't normally hear, and see if they could grow. That's how they change. I tell the young people, y'all change, not me. You go change the people, place, and thing. You go connect with the right brothers, right? I'm gonna lead you to the right brothers. I'm not gonna lead you to the black, but we need that. We gotta transform. And it's going to take more of the men of the community to give up the time. And this is why the King's Accountability Group is so important, community, because we have black men, black fathers, black husbands, black professionals, black educators, black folks that are moving other black men into power, into unity. And we need this in our community. So the Kings is laying the blueprint. And we got to get all of the brothers, man, because it's a thing when another black man see another black man acknowledging. You know how many times in a day I walk through the city, walk through spot, brothers don't even acknowledge each other. Brothers won't even say hello, good morning, just everybody mean mugging. It's this hostility between each other. It's like, hey, what's up? You my brother, you not my enemy. But if we want to change this next generation, if we want to stop this gun violence in our community, if we want to get these young people to get out of there, one, as the black man in the community, we got to lead. We got to show them a better way. It's hard for them to believe what's going on. They like, hey, man, OG telling me don't do this, but he over there doing it. He telling me put the blunt down, but he over there smoking the blunt. He telling me don't drink, but he over there drinking. You see what I'm saying? And this is where the actions and the accountability is so important.
John, if we curse, John, we got to pay a fine. We got to send that man Vic $25 every curse word. And that's on all our meetings. That's a standard. You can get it off. It's going to cost you because you got to learn how to discipline your mouth and show that you're above recoil. You don't have to express yourself that way. You can talk, King. Say what's on your heart. Say it. You don't got to be cursing and doing all them expletives just to be felt. We're not going to feel you no better than we would if you just said it the regular way. So you'll be paying big. And I don't care who you are. Somebody going to let you know how much it costs at the end of the day. We're going to let you go as far as you want to go. But you want to run it up to 200? Go ahead. That's what you want to do. But I want to say one thing real quick about me. I'm the product of a chance, John. Joe Robinson was the superintendent of Park and Rec. And in 1991, I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to go to the prison. I went to McLaren Lodge unannounced because the community leaders at the time kept lying to me about putting me on to work. So I went to his office, walked through his secretary, knocked on his door. He happened to be a black man. I didn't know. I said, I need a job. I'm tired of hustling. Didn't have no high school education yet. I just got out of log cabin. He said, well, I can't hire you for the city unless you go and, finish school. So I went to John Adams to get my GED. They said I had to pay $150. I went back and said, I ain't got that. But I'll go out and rob somebody and get the money if I got to. He said, no. He wrote me a check. Send me back up to the school. I aced the test. He hired me. I got my badge and my keys. And when I showed up at the rec center and them same OGs that kept lying to me, when they came, I was already in the building. They wanted to know, what did I break in? I said, nah, I work here. They didn't believe me till they saw my tag and they saw my keys. And I did it behind their back, but I did what I had to do because they was gatekeeping too hard. And from that point on, I've never looked back in my community work. But all I got was a chance. That man could have turned me away. Ain't no telling what I would have did after that. I was desperate, but I knew I wanted to do better. And how do you want to do better? You know you want to do it. You got to put action to it. And so I'm a product of a chance, which means I allow chances. That's why I do the work I do. That's why we do the work we do, because we're going to get that chance out. If you blow it, I can't let you deflate my jest. I'm going to go find somebody else to give a chance to, because I am a product of what a chance can become. And I've been on mayoral campaigns. I've been with philanthropists. I've helped raise money. We got a new gym over here in St. L. I was part of that bond measure that got that $10 million. I had to battle Evion's neighborhoods like North Beach and Potrero Hill, who already had things but didn't want us to have it. Now when my kids is bouncing balls, going to the gym at 7 o'clock at night, coming home tired, instead of being outside all night, they done hooped up in the gym and they had to travel to risk their life to go play somewhere else. I ride by there with pride, man. I might not be in there a lot, but I get pride every time I ride by it. That hub where the Boys and Girls Club is handicap accessible now, instead of kids in wheelchairs having to cry because they can't go up the stairs and play with the other kids. That's the stuff that I know. That's what fuels my fire in Sunnydale. So all that's changed now. So everybody that was against the change, you're against advancement, you against us. So if you out there trying to champion that what we doing is wrong and you making up all these excuses of why things won't work instead of trying to shut up and come help it work, then who is the real enemy? Because you're the enemy within. And that's our biggest fight right now, the cancer. in our communities, the ones who get those checks behind our backs, and they do everything impossible to persuade our kids to stay doing the wrong thing because they're scared to do the right thing. Because sometimes the right thing is a scary thing because you don't know where you're going when you're doing right. We're so used to being led wrong. But I'm here to tell you, man, that chance, don't deny another person that chance because you never know what it's going to be. Swing that to my kings on that note. I just had to drop that one. Just holding that, John.
That was deep, brother. Go ahead, Vic. You want to say something? Because we getting close. I know it's almost time to wrap this thing up, but
I guess I just want to add to that King's Accountability Group, again, we started as a group of guys that were just holding each other accountable. Somewhere along the way, I think in 2022, we decided to become a 501c3 organization with some of the great guys. Of course, we've mentioned Terrell Muhammad and Carl Phillips, who kind of founded this whole platform, with Dr. Joe Cannon. But we've decided to go after grants now. Ron G is a huge part of that, because he was already mentoring and coaching young boys in Richmond through his baseball program. Some of those relationships turned into grant dollars. And I do want to say we are about men of color supporting other men of color. And we have these other programs like the Prince of Kings program and Wake Your Game Up Call and things like that. And so we're a nonprofit just like others, but I think our thing is a little bit different in that we truly are about uplifting each other internally and then taking that upliftment, making each other stronger, and then going out in the community and making a difference. So we need guys like the Larry C. Jones Jr. because he's already making a difference. You already said it, John. He's a movement by himself, but he's a force when we're together, because now he got not only this brotherhood, but we can get funding here and there and be able to actually now make a difference and put our words to action. And so we're not just some little boys club, man. We're true brothers here making a difference. And I just really want to make sure that guys and people out there know that. And if you're an organization and you're looking for a way to make an impact in the community, well, tap in with us. Help us get the funding that we need so that we can go and do the work. If you don't want to do the work, you just want to put a check behind it, we'll take that check and we'll turn that into trickles out into the community and make a difference. So just wanted to make sure folks understand that. kingsaccountability.org. We all over social, we're all on our website. You can hit us up. But that's just something I wanted to make sure we got out there because these millions of people that you got listening, man, they need to know that. Ron Jeezy.
We need the philanthropists to send the money. See, I heard, Larry, the work is free, but the work also needs to be compensated to keep moving forward.
Right.
We're seeing it now more than ever. All of the money that's being removed is impacting the community. The violence is increasing. The health is increasing. Disparities is widening. See, we got something going on. We was talking to somebody the other day about how black folks is leaving the Bay Area. Where's the black people going in the Bay Area? We're being pushed out. The cost of living is too high. So, yeah, we need that funds. We need that funding to come to the community. We need you all out there to support the Kings Accountability Group. Make those donations, support. If you got the line on the contract, they need that support because they're moving community forward. And that's what we have to do. And it's important. And I'm going to keep uplifting and supporting the Kings and what you guys are doing because it's important. And again, it doesn't matter how we get to the mountaintop. We just have to get there. Everybody's cutting their pathways and getting folks up to the top of the mountain, man. And that's what it's all about. Larry doing it at his level. We got other folks doing it at their level. Everybody moving, right? And it's just, like you said earlier, it's not about competition and compete. It's just like, what are we doing to make this thing whole? Because in our community, the black and brown community, we got to do something to make it whole right now. There's major impact that's tearing our community apart. It's major impact on our young people, the trauma, the mental health, the financial and economical suppression right now of black folks in America. It's getting real. John, we got to come up with an idea. We got to come up with a plan and stick together and step out of this and stand together. Go ahead, Larry.
I got a pretty bone to pick real quick. Last year, I was in the studio. I was watching the show when Vic and Ron was on there, and I was fresh in CAG, and I was like, man, these dudes is lines of the year. I had no clue, but a testament to what life is about. Like, you don't know what's going to be in your future, but if you don't go forward, you ain't going to never get there, right? So to see me here right now, when my name came up to win that award, and the way Jeezy swindled me to get my mom and my sister on the call, it was just wow. Like, it was an experience I never felt. My mama's never saw me win nothing. And so on that note, I want to shout out to Sunnydale Public Housing Projects, the hidden gem of District 10. We don't get awards. We don't get called down to the Board of Supervisors to get plaques all the time. But it's a lot of good soldier work going on over there. It's a lot of good ladies that come to work, a lot of good men that's fighting the fight, a lot of food bank warriors that don't get no acknowledgement that still come to work, a lot of seniors on the move, a lot of people that don't even think people see them. But I see them because they're a part of the machine that moves us forward over here. And we have a love within that you can't even explain. Yeah, we deal with our plight, but we strong in our metal and our armor. And I also want to shout out to Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church for bringing God into my life and saving me and giving me a perspective spiritually that I lean on. And I go there for a reset on Sundays and have a wonderful time praising God. And that allowed God into my life was the biggest transition I ever made that opened me up to something that I was kind of not even afraid, but I was doubtful of because I saw so much negative spiritual work in the neighborhood, holy on Sunday and moly Monday through Saturday. I didn't understand. But now that I understand and I'm understanding more, I get it. Everybody's journey is their own. But at the same time, everybody's journey is, you will be accountable for your journey at the end of the day. So I want to shout out our CAG Kings in Florida, Texas, Kentucky, South Carolina, Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Sacramento, LA. We got Kings everywhere, man. London, England,
New
South
York.
Africa,
Nope.
New York, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm just saying it's not just us locally. We are what you see. But the body that meets Sunday from 7:30 to 9 is like a family, man, that's been a long time coming. The swamp is my life. That's my love. But this CAG thing is my family. Like I deal with them every day. Ron G is a powerful man that moves behind the curtains, John. He like you. He don't even care if you see him, but he cares so much about kids that I just love the man to death, you know. We got P2K in Dallas, John, and we flew down there to make sure they had a good Christmas. We flew to Dallas, me, Rich, Ron, and we flew down there to make sure them kids had gifts and had love from California in person. We was only down there for 2 days, 3 days. But the fact we showed up in person was amazing. And them kids looked at us with a different look that we dropped out the sky on them. That's commitment. That's dedication. That's follow through. That's contingency. You see what I'm saying, John? You understand where I'm going? So it ain't about what you do, it's where you're going and how you're going there, right?
And that's why we
accountability group, bro. I've never felt nothing like this. We are a force.
Man. And Larry, I just want to say too, you know, while we shouting out, you know, all those people, let's shout out the people that's doing the work when folks don't even know what's going on behind the scenes and they still show up. Larry, you've been on my side. When you like, JH, what's going on? I'm like, bro, you don't even know. Yeah. But I love my people so much. If this is going to be it, I'm going to be it with my people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's why we
the stylist, nobody know. But you knew, Larry. You was like, what's going on? And Larry like, wow. But what I say, Larry, this is what they going to do. Yeah. See, the more we uplift Black folks, the more we push each other up. Oh, it's a force behind you to submit this. We don't want the greatness to happen. That's why it's so important that you guys are growing not only across the United States, but across the world. The power is in numbers. The power is in distance. That's what we need right now.
The power is in relationships, John. It's in relationships. You can't be scared to start a relationship. And you got to be able to let go of all them old feelings. Stop beefing with people, man. That's 20, 30 years old. You don't even know why you're beefing with that person. You don't even know him personally. You just know what somebody told you about them. Get past the small things in life. That's what I try to teach our young people. You don't even know why you're involved. You don't got beef with nobody personally. Your brother might be mad, but you don't even know. You're doing things unbeknownst to why you're doing them. That's why you're steady falling on your face. So in terms of that, man, I can't shout CAG out enough because we have a thing called What Has CAG Done For You? And everybody can give a sermon on that because it's so much fruit in the basket that I've never spoke so highly of something like this in my life. You know, when you're proud of something, John, you can talk about it because the truth is in you and it comes out naturally. You got to think hard to lie. So to sit here all day and just tell you about CAG, it's a never-ending story for me because guess what? I'm still learning, John. That's the exciting part. I haven't even reached my peak of potential in CAG. That's the scary part. Who knows where I'm going to be in December or when I'm degreed up, doubled up. It's over, John. My vision, I got a new windshield, like OG came with the spray bottle and cleaned off my windshield to my car. And now I can see clearly now. You know what I mean? The game has changed, John.
Hey, Larry, I already know, man. Like I said, when Ron G come on, the motivation, the voice, the power of Ron G, man, he get you.
Whoa.
You gotta move.
He be like that at 5 in the morning, John. He be like that at 5 in the morning.
Oh man, when I hear Ron speak, man, I done been on them calls, man. It's like, come on, man, this is a good brother. This is a good organization. This is what it's about. When we talk about what does the Kings look like, where's the black man? This is where they at. Believe me, there's some powerful movers and shakers in the King Accountability Group. This is not to brag. I've been there. I've seen the conversation. I've seen the pain. I've seen the healing. I've seen the uplifting. Tonight, look at all the brothers coming up. You know, we do shows. The sisters be always on there. The brothers showing up tonight, uplifting each other. I'm going to just tell you, we're going to keep uplifting each other. We'll keep pushing the brothers forward. Ron G, before we close this thing out, Ron, I got to hear you. You got to get me fired up. I already got hyped up. I'm gonna elevate it a little bit more.
I'm gonna drop this for you real quick. If you haven't really seen black men really do some real work, you might want to come see what we're doing inside of this thing we call King's Accountability. I'm trying to tell you this. Catch the fire now, and then you could be part of the growth. Catch fire with us, baby, and see what's happening inside of this thing, man. It's something special. And Jay, you ain't even gave us a blow the spot up yet, man. Blow it up for us, baby. Come on.
Where the bomb at, Jay?
Hey, Ron, it was so good. I didn't want to do it, but I gotta blow the spot. I gotta blow the spot. Come on, baby. I was waiting to hear Ron G. I couldn't blow the spot up yet until Ron
Thank you, sir.
Come
Blow
on,
it up. Good job, Ron. Good job.
Y'all already know. Come on, Ron.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my girl on the back end, bro. Like, we
Yeah,
appreciate
definitely.
you, Jay. Like,
Shout
Jay
out to
Hen, bro. You've been with us from day one.
Yeah.
And I'm almost in tears to see Larry and Vic on here because we just the product of Tyrell Muhammad, to be honest with you, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it clean with
The
you.
Colonel.
100%. He like in the background lurking, but we
I
just
was
the
looking
product
for
of
T
Mr.
tonight,
Muhammad,
but I
as we
didn't
call
see
him.
him. But shout out to you, man. And like I said, all the good brothers out there, if you know Larry, you want to get to know Larry, tap in. And let me tell you, Larry is the only man that I can say in the past 10 years that every time we've been in these groups, because I've been in mental health spaces with Larry, we'd have been from Dr. Mo. Larry had me cry, man. I'd be like, God, Larry, why are you making me cry? But it's a good thing. And he always give me a hug and say, brother, I love you, because that's what it's all about, man.
I'm gonna share this moment with
son,
Von,
always
John. I'm
up
gonna
your
share this moment with Von real quick. Let Von get on here with me and let it be known that his daddy making moves and my son is always with me in spirit. You know what I mean? Got to put him up here with me one time. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right, man. He always uplift that young brother, man. And man, Larry, you know, the vulnerability that you bring to other men, it's so powerful, man. Because it's sometimes like I've been in meetings and groups with Larry, and I'm like, I want to say something. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes he'd be like, Bishop, you talking too much. Stop, right? So I try to hold myself back. I just want to say something. But then Larry, man, Larry just open you up, man. So I ain't gonna say nothing, but Larry will come. And it's like, man, this brother, his energy, man, you feed off Larry. It's just like, he gonna move you. You gonna say something. I'm like, I can't sit here. Larry like, oh, I gotta say something. Larry, keep it going with us. But
You know how many times I got slapped in my mouth for saying something when I was little? My mama knew I had a destiny because I always had something to say, JH. I would get beat up because I got to say it. Like, I mean, I feel one thing I'm going to say is, man, as a man, say it. Because when you hold that frustration, you become a volcano. And when you explode, that's how people get hurt. That's how you get hurt because you're hurt. And hurt on top of hurt creates more hurt. So if you hold it in, how's somebody going to know what to do with you? Then you get mad when don't nobody step to you the right way. We can't read your mind, brother. We don't know your hurt inside. We can't see your guts. You got to say something. And you'll be surprised what comes out to you when you open your mouth the right way. But if you hold it in, and you create that pressure inside, you're going to just implode and you're going to hurt yourself. More than likely, you're going to hurt people around you and you're going to hurt your family. So that's my whole thing about having something to say. You may not know how to say it, but the minute you open your mouth, God going to take care of the rest. Man, you just got to start the car. He going to drive it.
And Larry ain't afraid. I'm going to just tell y'all, man, Larry, when it comes to football season, I was messing with him again. I got to drop a bomb on them Cowboys. I got to blow up them Cowboys. Man, Larry, I mean, he has a heart of a giant, but he always have fun, always holding his Cowboys, man. The Niner fans give Larry so much in the season. And he always stand there and take it, man, and he give it back, man. Larry, man, powerful, man.
Thank you, John. Thank you for this time, sir.
Yeah, man, this was important community. I hope you guys are valuing these kings that came on tonight, this Lion of the Year. He is a true lion in spirit and heart. His roar is large. His provision and his protection of the community and the young people is just like that of a lion. His commitment, when Larry's around, you gotta pay attention, and that's just how lions are. When they move around, you gotta pay attention. You don't want to just be, slipping around the line. You better be paying attention, and it's in a positive way.
That part, Jay.
Give you some love. Yeah. I don't want people to get negative. And no, in a positive way. You want to be aware because that foolishness, Larry not gonna let you come with that foolishness. Mm-hmm. He gonna give you that positivity. But before we go, because it is getting in time, I want to make sure we give all of you an opportunity to shout out your people, the CAG members, and leave some parting positivity to the community right now because there's so much hurt going on in our community. And we got to uplift each other, even in these trying times. And we got to understand who's playing both sides and trying to push us against each other. And this is a time of unification that we need. And, just leave something positive to the community. Whoever want to go first.
Ron G, you was the first lion out of this group. So you want to run it, King?
And first of all, I just want to say, all praises due to the one God. Shout out my son and, my daughter and my family. But for the most part, y'all, I just really want to give it up to the Black community and let y'all know how much the Black and brown community, people of color, purely, like, I love y'all with all of my heart, 100%. I ain't got nothing against anybody else, but I love my people, right? And we do this because we want to make sure that life is better for y'all. Men, Pathways program we got coming. Shout out to our Pathways program. That's going to be a beautiful program we about to launch. P2K is it's already taken off. We in Dallas, Atlanta, Florida. We about to hit a couple other things, but just shout out to the whole squad, man. I can't say anything other than 5 a.m. crew, everybody around that has something to do with the making of this great thing, especially you, Jay. You done something special by giving us a platform. But, man, shout out to all our partners, West County Youth Club, what we got going in Dallas with the programs out there that help us. But just shout out to all of the queens, Vic and his queen, Larry and his queen, and everything that I got going with mine now. So I'm just super excited about what God has blessed us with. So thank you for everything you've been doing, JB.
Hey, man. Thank you, Ron, for continuing to do your work. Being the great man you are, the leader, the coach, the teacher, the father. So many things, man. And
I appreciate you, Jay.
Appreciate brother. I'm just appreciative. Always honored to be on here with you and the King, brother.
Absolutely. I'll jump in next because we definitely got to close it out with Larry C. Jones Jr., right? But for sure, all glory to God, man, just for this opportunity. We woke up today. We had a chance to share some of our insights with the both sides of the conversation with John Henry and Angelique in the background. But thank you for that. Shout out to my wife, Latasha Johnson, because she sacrifices a lot of time that I've been giving to the community, giving to this group, giving to my work. And, I just always want to shout out my queen just because I already know that it's not always easy to be the queen that's standing next to a guy that's pouring back into people, others outside of the house. So I want to shout her out. The kids, of course, they all grown doing their thing, a couple of grandbabies. But I think the biggest thing I want to share as far as a parting word of wisdom right now is like, for our community, let's not get too caught up with the news headlines, the information that's shared out there. They intentionally are putting them sound bites out to get you emotionally charged and frustrated. Like, focus on your personal economy. Don't worry about what's happening, what they're reporting on. Look, where's your credit score at right now? Get your savings up. Start investing some dollars. Let's start thinking about ownership, guys and ladies, because really the way things are being played, the chessboard is moving around. If you don't own something, you're going to end up being somebody's collateral, right? So start thinking about that. We can't improve our community if we don't have our financial house in order. We can't really go to these banks and get funding. There's funding still out there. Don't let them tell you that DEI and all that stuff there's no money for us. It's billions of dollars out there still for you. But you can't go in there saying they being racist and your credit score is at a 550. Like, let's get it together. Let's start focusing on where we are from a financial aspect. And then from a mental, from a spiritual, from a family perspective, like brothers, like reach out to King's Accountability Group. We're not selling nothing. We just really want to bring you in closer, let you know that you got a family, even if you don't feel like your own personal family is there for you. Tap in on our website, kingsaccountability.org. There's a membership tab. It says guest registration. You can mention any one of the 3 kings you see on here as your sponsor. Will be more. If you're on this show, you cut from the right cloth. So if you can at least come in as a guest, see how we roll, we would love to have you. And again, we just thank you again, John Henry, for allowing us this platform. And I'm going to swing it over to the 2025 Lion of the Year.
Hey, John, blow me up real quick one time before I go. This is going to be heavy.
You want to get up? Blow him up.
Blow me up. All right. Hey, so I'm gonna come with this one, man, because I'm gonna keep it on the ground. I feel like it was my destiny to be right here. I'm a product of my environment, and yeah, I said it. I'm a product of Sunnydale, man, and what you see is what you get. So I want to give homage to all my friends that died, that had business that we talked about in the '80s. We just didn't know which way to go to make it happen. We didn't have no support systems. We didn't have no help to get our brains and all of my ideas we kicked around at 3, 4, 5 in the morning to put it into fruition. But I'm blessed by God that I was one of the ones that got picked out of the litter to lead the train to change. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to shout out everybody from my neighborhood that played a part in building me up, the heroin addicts that talked to me late night of what not to do, the crack addicts that showed me what not to become, all the negative influences that taught me what I didn't want to be, and also told me what I needed to be and inspired me. Sharon Hewitt, who told me that I was going to be who I am now. Miss Jackson, Drew's mama, who took me to my first meeting and told me, I'm turning you loose. And I didn't know what she meant. And she said, speak to him, Larry. It's my first time ever speaking to some dignitaries. And that fired me up. And I went home and told my friends, I know where the money comes from now when I found out about the San Francisco Foundation and how the money is funneled to the city. So I knew my job in life was to make sure the ground get wet when the water come. So I removed all them umbrellas that were stopping the water from hitting the ground. And that's my role, is to make sure the community get what it deserves and the kids get what they need and not what they want. Because what we want ain't always what we need. I want to shout out my family, everybody that played a part in who I am and playing a part in who I am now. CAG up. That's what we do. And I created that saying just on the fly because I drop lugs for a living. But when you're a lug dropper, you got to also be a lug plugger. And that's how you do it with the work. Shout out to you, John, for keeping the work going, whether it's heck, high water. Notice I didn't say the other workers big watching. I ain't paying no fines, John. I don't care what platform we on. We don't curse, bro. We articulate ourselves. So once again, man, shout out to my mom, RIP to my grandma. And I want to shout my Uncle JB out, who's going through some things right now. I just want to know that we love you, JB, and we always with you. And you built me up as a man. You're more than just a barber to me. And I want to close my time out by just telling you that we love you. And for whatever time we got left with you, we was blessed to have you. And that's how I want to close right there for my Uncle JB, man. That's where my heart is at.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. We gotta blow up the top there. We can't let him out of here. He was dropping dollars. He was dropping bombs. Don't tell me it don't happen here at both sides of the conversation, man. Hey, listen, to the Kings, man, this is so important. Continue to do the amazing work that y'all do. Continue to build up the brothers in our community. Continue to lead our community fellas forward. Our young princes, the Kings, is so important. We need these young brothers. So many times, the transition from young man to grown man is not there. And what you all are providing is that transport,
John,
opportunity. Go ahead.
I got to shout out the National Alliance of Black Men, the group that we got with Craig on Wednesdays. All my guys, Book, Drummond, Speedy, Frank, Rob, Courtney, Stefan. That's our crew, man. Doug, you know what I mean? Like, that's a big part of my life, too. Them is my brothers. You already know, Jay. You done been through there before, too. I don't want to hear that, and we meeting tomorrow. I got to shout them dudes out, or I'm going to get grilled, right? So if I miss one name, I'll pop the Big Book. Oh, Lord, I almost missed Book. Shout out to Book. And, Book 6'6". He stand over you. I don't want no problem. So I'm just shouting out the group, Zadok. You know, everybody that's in the group, man. It's special
Craig.
trying to remember all the names, but
Yeah,
shout out
Craig,
to Dabble, man.
we got to give Craig his shout outs.
Yeah,
Man.
shout out to my group, man. That's my crew too, man. I pulled them out my back pocket. Thanks, Jay. I almost forgot about them dudes, man.
But it's always like that. There's so many people always get, man, you had this brother. Yeah, stop it. Okay, there's a lot going on. Hey, man, I just want to say, this is always a great time. It's a great way to connect community with you all, what you're doing. Fellas, if you're looking for it, I mean, to the queens out there, we want to honor the queens. Every time the kings come in, we always uplift the queens because so many women behind the scenes, like he said, Victor said, I think it's so important that we acknowledge this because they are with us when we out and we don't give them quality time. We in the community, saving the community. It's a shooting. We there. Something take place. We there. And we miss out a lot of time. So thank you to all of the sisters. Thank you to all of the queens, the mothers.
I love you, Mac 5. I love you, Mac 5.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Look,
I love you, Mac 5.
Come on. Hey, but it's a big role. You can't do this king work. We can't do this work in the community if we don't have the support of the queens. And they sacrifice so much while we sacrifice. There's a lot of trauma and thing that they go through that we go through. And we want to also acknowledge them. We want to say happy Women's History Month to all of the phenomenal women out there. Maybe we missed you and we didn't get to uplift you this month, but we want to let you know that we acknowledge all the queens that are out there being change makers, pushing community forward, doing things to make impact and leaving that mark on community. And it's so important that we continue to uplift them. I know next month is Black Women History Month for just specifically Black women over the women's history. So we'll get some of those folks out. And we know the validation, as I said in the beginning, is important to the community. And we're going to continue to do our part to make sure that we uplift those voices and those folks who continue to go above and beyond the impact community. With that being said, all right, I don't know. I know it's time to get out of here. Community, it's been a while.
Let's go. Shelly Mo from Let's Go.
Shelly Mo, you got it.
Yeah, get me out of here, John. Get me out of here, man.
Hey, man, I'm going to let y'all go because I got to get the benediction in because I know it's some people. I'm a little rusty. I haven't been able to wrap up a show. I've been dealing with a lot. And I just want to say thank you to all the amazing folk that continue to pray for me. And health is wealth. And Larry, you got me on my juicing thing and other things. Everybody trying to give me my blood pressure getting out. I get excited on the show. Stuff starts happening. I don't want to crank out. Don't tell my doctor. I might get all excited. I might pass out. Hey, but health is wealth. And thank you, Larry, for always pushing that forward. And you are a pillar of that too. And I just want to make sure people know Larry has did a tremendous job of showing men what rejuvenating your health looks like. Reimagine how we eat, our mental health, taking that as a priority. And I think so many of our young men need it in the community. So thank you. And we're going to continue to uplift health in our community, Black man health especially. Because it's so important, so much stress out there with what's going on economically and jobs right now hurting people and things. So we want to uplift them, and to all of the families that are going through something, dealing with loss, we want to uplift them tonight as well. Let them know, hey, community, we care for you. We're praying for you because somebody out there dealing with something right now, and they just need us to know that we're there uplifting them as well. So before I give the benediction, Rod, anybody want to say anything? I don't want to leave nobody short. Everybody good. All right. I got to give the benediction to the people before I leave because I think, let me give me some water tonight because it's going to be a lot to get this off because it's been a minute and there's so many things going on that I got to leave the people with something. So with that being said, good people out there, I don't know where you've been at, where you tuning in at. You here with the Kings Accountability Group. Oh no, they're not just here in the Bay Area. They all across the country. The world, the power of the kings. When we're talking about the lion of the year, yes, the lion in the jungle is roaming around, uplifting the kids, uplifting the people. There is a lion that was here tonight who's been acknowledged and uplifting the things that he's been doing to impact community. When we talk about the lions, it's the roar of the lion. When we talk about the Lion King in the jungle, when we look at the responsibility of the lion, it is something that is dynamic. And tonight, we have Brother Jones, Mac 10, come here tonight. We let you know we represent, we see you. He's going to keep stepping and standing for community. This is what we do. The Kings is here. They're changing the lives, the minds of men in our community. Where are you at? You looking for somebody They got you. Reach out, sign up, come check out a group. They already give you the information for the folks who hold the money. Make a donation, support, move the Kings forward. You want change in the community, you have to give change to make change. I don't know. You got to give change to make change tonight. On this Hidden Gem segment, on this day, on the last day of Women's History Month, the Kings are here. They are present. They are rising. Don't let tomorrow fool you. It's not a joke. They are here. Even on the day of April Fool, it is still cool to check out what's going on.
I got somewhere they can go, John. I got somewhere they can go. The Fathers Convention, April 9th, 11 o'clock, Southeast. Bring all fathers, bring all nephews, sons to the Fathers Convention put on by Frisco's Finest Fathers. Thursday, April 9th at the Southeast Center. Starts at 11 o'clock. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a thing to rally around fathers and men. Big support, big things, big breakout. And John, we need you there as well.
Send me the link. I seen a post, but I was going to reach out to you. Send it to me. See,
Gotcha.
That was important. The benediction wasn't important. That was important. The fathers coming together. I'll be there, Larry. Send me the information.
I will, sir.
Be with the fathers, man. And, that's what it's all about tonight. I don't know, y'all. We've been blessed. There's turmoil happening in our community. There's confusion in our community. There's things happening in our community. But we have to stand up and stand united and not divided. The petty things, the things that we don't believe in, the storm that's going on, we got to uplift the people. It's things happening. Fathers are getting together. My guy 10 is walking with the people, y'all. With that being said, I'm going to bid you all good night now. Y'all heard from the bishop now. That's the benediction.
That's it.
That's it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. The Kings Accountability Group. Check out their website. Check out all their social media handles. Give them a shot and holler. If you know a man out there that needs some guidance, needs some group, needs some support and love, send them their way.
Definitely.
With that being said, good evening, good people. Good night now.
Good night, sir.
Peace.